ESC Radio live from Berlin. And yeah, it's welcome Kano from Norway. Hi guys.
Hi, thank you very much.
Nice to see you again.
And welcome back, I should say.
Thank you.
And Kano, well, has these days after Eurovision has the tags ESC Radio Awards, winners, best group. So congratulations, you just received your awards.
Our prizes. Thank you so much. They're quite heavy, actually.
They're so nice. They're really, really nice. It means a lot to us because it's once again, this is only decided by the audience, and we are Kano of the people, and we love that people still like our song.
Yeah, the international listeners voted you first ahead of Hatari, came second, and Lake Malawi came third. Yeah, it was really even a surprise for us because Hatari, they have very, very active fan community, and we expected them to win. But yeah, you seem to have a very active fan community as well.
Yeah, they are. Well, it's nice to see that they still remember us.
And we should mention that you, in the best song voting, you came second among the 41 songs.
It's amazing.
Behind Arcade. So that's an achievement as well. Mm-hmm. And yeah, that reminds me that you, in the voting, in the grand final in May, you won the televoting. We should mention that. And that was really something to talk about because you didn't do that well in the jury voting. You came 18th only in the jury voting and first in the televoting. That's a difference of 17 places. So you must have talked about that a lot afterwards.
Of course. Well, we kind of had in mind that if we won in Norway, we would meet people in Europe before Eurovision was going to happen. And we spent like every weekend traveling Europe, singing, meeting fans, having concerts. And it's so great to see that it actually worked, that meeting them physically, taking pictures, it does matter because then they will vote for us when the final is. So we were just really happy to see that we have a fan base out in Europe and that we can represent the people.
There's a lot of good songs and there was a lot of great artists in Eurovision, but there's also different taste is different from people to people, from person to person. And of course, we never thought that we would win the jury votes, but we really had a good. We felt that the connection we had with the people of Europe would give us some points, and we're very lucky about that.
This huge discrepancy for you guys between the televoting and the jury voting made me take a look at some of the other songs because you're not the only act, the only entry. It happened as well, most strikingly with San Marino, the same direction. They did a lot better in the televoting. They came 10th, but in the jury voting only 23rd. Or even stronger with Czech entry, Lake Malawi, that was 16 positions difference. But that was the other way around. They did a lot better with the jury voting and a lot worse with the televoting. Yeah. So do you have any explanation for that?
Well, it can't be that there's not that many Norwegians abroad. So it can't be that's why we got televotes from all the other countries. I think we're one of the smallest countries in Europe. So I guess our song bringing Sami culture in the mix of a very of a happy pop song with a strong message, but also, I think people like that, and maybe that's nothing for the people in the juries, like the musicians or the trained ear. Well, we can't decide what they wanna vote for or not. And with Lake Malawi, they're great musicians, and I can definitely say, like, for me as a musician, I love that song, and I know that other musicians as well. The question is, does the audience vote for that? And this year they didn't, so you never know.
Mm-hmm. In any case, it seems like I remember our last interview. You visited us here in April before Eurovision. And I remember that we spoke about your very active promotional activities. So in your case, it also makes me wonder if there is a connection between a lot of promotion and a good result in the televoting. Did you draw that connecting line?
I think so. Yeah. Well, if you meet the people who can vote, then they will have a reason to vote for you later if they kind of know you. And that was kind of our goal. We want to meet the people and say hi, take pictures.
And also like because you get a connection with people, and if you're standing in front of 1,000 people that will take a photo or film your performance, and then you take a photo of them afterwards. Like we spent 2 hours after every concert, like taking picture with and saying hi to everybody that wanted to meet us, because that is important. We are so lucky to be on that stage and to have this opportunity, and to not be able to, or to not go out there and actually be amongst the friends and the fans of Eurovision. For us, that wouldn't be an option. And hopefully some of these people show their friends and their family, say, hey, we love Kano from Norway, please give them a vote.
And we did also talk with our fans on Instagram and Facebook and answering their messages.
And you think that might have helped as well?
It could. It could help,
yes. Well, anyway, it's quite an achievement to win the televoting. That's something you can be proud of, I think. And so I wonder, how did you experience Tel Aviv? So looking back now, it's, 2 months ago.
What do you feel, Fred?
Well, I have to say, it was like a dream. It was so hectical. We did things all the time. We had a lot of concerts, met a lot of great people, a lot of great artists. And I just have to say it was a dream for all of us three that came true. And of course, experiencing that big stage has always been a dream for me as well.
It must be a very special feeling.
And I have to say, I think we were very proud after the grand final that we had performing that song on that big stage. So we were very happy in the green room. And when we won the televoting.
There were some tears.
It's kind of like when you look back at it, because it's when you're there, it's difficult. Or for me personally, when I look at the of the video of the grand finale, I can't remember how it was, because I was in a zone and different. Now I can look back and enjoy it, because there it was, everything was so. We were so focused, and even though we were on that stage like 6 times before with an audience, because there were so many rehearsals with an audience, and we all now can remember this, like the emotions and the feedback we got, how great that was. But also being in Tel Aviv, the food was amazing. I definitely
we ate a lot.
We ate a lot.
But another thing that was kind of special with the performance was that even though we were on 3 different places on the stage, we could I felt the connection that we know each other now. We're best friends and we're just doing this, and this is like a big dream come true. So actually at the end of the song, I looked at Tom and I was like, yeah, we got this, because I could just feel the good energy, and that it was just, it was an overwhelming moment. So we could really look back at this when we're getting older.
Yes.
So how do you handle the transition, which I think must be a bit difficult as well, to do the transition from Eurovision, which is very intense, the whole thing, the months before with all the promotion, international promotion, and then afterwards, how do you handle the transition to normal music business?
Well, the thing is that for us, we started out traveling to small cities, being on small stages and performing Spirit in the Sky and meeting people, and we've continued doing that after Eurovision as well. Like, we've been on huge stages, played for 30,000 people in Madrid during Pride, but we also played in Edinburgh in a small bar / venue for 50 people with a very intimate show, all acoustic. So like because we come from nothing in a way, and it's much easier for us to do all different things, because we are no big divas. We're not used to being kind of treated like stars. so we find this is just like an amazing opportunity to continue doing what we love to do, is play music and meet people.
Actually, Pride seems to be kind of a helpful step to do this transition. I mean, there's a lot of Pride activities, and you're not the only ones. I think Luca Henney, he performed at some Pride events.
And Tamara as well.
Yeah.
Tamara as well, and I don't know who else. So that's helpful.
Yeah, of course, and it's very natural for us because our song in Eurovision was about being accepted for who you are, and that and for me being gay as well is very natural to support the movement of and also support rights, like equal rights for everyone. So. And of course, there's a lot of Eurovision fans as well during the Pride events. So it's been very, very fun to meet that many happy people.
Yeah, so let's talk a little bit about the music. Part of this transition is your current song, which is playing on the ESC radio as well, Praying. Came out a couple of weeks ago. That must be a difficult decision, I think, to find the right track as a follow-up single.
Yeah, I was quite scared, to be honest, because Kano is Spirit in the Sky. That is like what people think now because of Eurovision, and that is our first single, and we started in December. So releasing a new song would be like, okay, what if people don't like it? We will lose fans. Sure. Will everything just be destroyed? But it seems like people like it. I think that one thing about us is that we kind of cover up these important messages in happy tunes and dancey tunes, which Praying is a happy song about death. So it's like we kind of have this thing that this song will make you dance, but it also has this message that is hidden under drums and
And the good thing also, because we've all been artists for some years, and we're all writing songs, and we've done that for years as well. So it's never been a problem for us to write new songs or to have new follow-up songs. And we already have multiple songs in the pipeline, as it says. Like, so for us now, it's just like to decide, okay, which song is going to be the next single, because we really like our live shows are very diverse as well, even though we have definitely like a Kano stamp on it. However, like we like some songs to be more clubby, some to be more poppy, some to be more sing-along, and some to more. So yeah, and we're lucky enough that we are three people, so we can also. It's easier than if we were only one. Because we can also like take different parts in the songs, and so it's easier for us, I guess.
We should mention actually that Spirit in the Sky is still, I think, right now still in the Norwegian singles chart.
Yeah. It's been there.
That's surprising as well.
Extremely many years. Yeah, we were double platinum now in Norway as well. And
interesting.
Yeah,
one of the commercially most successful entries from this last decade.
Yeah, it is after. I think we're the most streamed Eurovision song in Norway now.
After Rybak.
Yeah, after Rybak.
Yeah.
I mean, I follow the charts a bit, and I checked that. What's her name again? Stella Mwangi. She had a big success in Norway. I think it was 4 weeks #1 in the charts, and Grab the Moment was doing quite well, I think, as well. Yeah. But of course, then there was no streaming for Stella Mwangi that year. It existed, but it wasn't that big like nowadays. So yeah, that's quite an achievement.
That's very cool.
So now it's Praying, and you mentioned some more songs. I remember from the last interview you said that for the summer you had 2 songs in the pipeline. So pretty soon there might be another one. And then I remember Fred mentioning some darkest song for the autumn.
Yeah, we were working on a little bit darker song at that time. But then our next single is going to be more up-tempo thing.
Yeah.
You know, everything changes. Yeah. It's like you make a song and you feel it more than you did with the other. And that is how it is to be a musician, creating things all the time.
And also because we have a couple of singles coming up now, but also we want to spend some time focusing on our album, which is due to be released in February. And many of the songs on that album will be collaborations with other indigenous artists around the world. So we are going traveling a bit. Mm-hmm. And the first stop would be Australia in beginning of November. Also we need to plan this songs according to. Okay, for us in November, it's kind of like it's getting dark. It's getting, but in Australia, And the summer's starting, so it's There will be we need to figure out which song is going to be the next single after that. Then
how about some possible collaboration with other Eurovision artists? Because that's also something we talked about in the last interview, and I seem to remember that you sounded a bit like there was someone or some act that might really happen. So
there's still we still have plans on doing that, and we've come a bit closer to something, and. I would be surprised if there's not one Eurovision artist represented on our album, other than us.
Okay, sounds interesting.
Secrets.
So, summertime is also vacation time. So, is there any vacation for you? Will there be? Because you seem to need some vacation. Yeah, I would imagine.
I mean, we're traveling so much, and we just love being in each other's company.
Yeah.
So. We have a great time. We're living the dream. So
it's not like we're working in a coal mine. We are really lucky and fortunate to be able to have this as a job. So it's amazing. We get to meet a lot of nice people, and of course, traveling is sometimes a bit tiring, but compared to the rest of I would say the majority of other people, we are just so blessed to be able to do this, so we can't complain.
No.
Still, I would like to come back to this song, this Dark Kino song, because that's something the fans haven't heard from Kino yet, that type of music. So which part will that style play? Maybe also because you mentioned the album. Will there be maybe several slower ballads?
Definitely. We're actually one of our next, not the next song, but the song after will definitely have a darker side to it. But it won't be the ballad yet.
Of course, it's summertime. It's not really the best time for a ballad. But I am curious how that will sound, especially with the Joiking, because we only know it from these kind of, more like cheerful songs. And I wonder how Joiking works with a ballad.
It's beautiful.
Well, it could be. Yeah, I haven't done that before, but I would love to try that. Maybe a Christmas Joik, a Christmas song.
Great idea.
Maybe we should do that.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically it's a lot of traveling. You will keep traveling throughout summer and autumn. Eurovision is always after Eurovision is always before Eurovision. So we should mention maybe two things. The first, the city is in discussion. 2 cities are still in the running. It will be in the Netherlands, either Maastricht or Rotterdam. Any of you guys know these cities? Maastricht or Rotterdam?
No, I've been to Amsterdam.
Yeah, no, I don't. I just know people that has been in Rotterdam, and a lot of people love Rotterdam. Say like this mini Amsterdam with a lot of cool things. Maastricht, I just know for the Maastricht Treaty, the EU treaty. I guess the people that I know, they hope it's going to be Rotterdam because of and also it's closer to Amsterdam. So, but anyway, I think. When if a city gets Eurovision, it turns out to a whole other city than what it usually is. Like we didn't go to any other place when we were in Tel Aviv because we didn't have time. Than the Eurovision event. So
I mean, for the TV event, it doesn't really play any role because it can be a small place. It's just about the stage and the TV show. And then the other thing is the Norwegian Melodi Grand Prix, because I read there's a new concept. Do you know anything about that? There will be several pre-rounds, similar to Sweden, like Melody Festival?
Yeah, we had that a few years ago.
Yeah.
But then we started with the 10 finals again. But now going back to the old.
Yeah, well, actually, there is kind of a celebration of the 60th anniversary of Melodi Grand Prix this year. So they're going to have 5 semi-finalists with each have 5 songs from a certain district of Norway. So it will be one semi-finalist for the south, for the east, for the west, and for the north, and then Trøndelag, the mid, I guess. And then as well as 5 finalists that will be decided by a jury. So there's going to be a lot of Eurovision songs in Norway next year already.
And I imagine that we will get to see Kano at some point in that next year's Melody Grand Prix.
Well,
we're going to perform in the finals.
I don't know.
because
Are we
won.
invited?
No, not yet. But I will make sure.
So you never know.
Okay, if everybody hears us from...
Now I said it, so they have to.
Well, I think like it's been usually. I think the last year's finalists are going to be invited. So I think at least we are invited to the show.
I'm going to call the boss.
Okay, so anyway, we will get to hear a lot more from Kano over the next months, I'm pretty sure. So thank you very much for this. Thanks for taking the time.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, and congratulations again on
Thank
the
you
awards.
so much for the
thank
award,
you.
and thank you so much, all listeners.
Best of luck. Bye-bye.
Bye.